first thing which Pep did, which most of the entrepreneurs or most of the CEOs can't do, they can't fire someone who is bringing results but is not following the philosophy of the team. You look at Joan Laporta. He trusted a young guy who was 37 years old to coach Barcelona. But if you notice, most of the companies, we cannot trust young people to lead. Even at our company, we've now adopted a Tiki-Taka style, where when we're now on offense, we are pushing. Everyone is pushing, but when we're now on defense, everyone is defending. Greetings Africa, greetings Zimbabwe, greetings Zambia. My name is More Nyazungu, aka the Chartered Vendor. Welcome to the Chartered Vendor podcast, where we talk about everything business, where we talk about everything sales and entrepreneurship. And today I'm super excited. I'm hanging solo, and I want to talk to you about management style of Pep Guardiola. And those who don't know, Pep Guardiola is the current coach of my football club called Manchester City. And I think at one point he won 4 championships, English Premier League, and he has won several championships for the Champions League. And how did Pep start? And why do I like Pep? And I'm not going to talk about soccer, but I'm talking about management style. Because when I also see soccer, you see tactics, you see strategy, you see everything. You notice for you to win, when it's Man City, when it's Manchester United, when it's Arsenal, when it's Liverpool, it's Barcelona, you see that it's a team, and for a team to excel, it needs, why it's called a team, because it is to have people, and people, that's the human resources. They also need the coach who is going to come in as a manager. So if you're the CEO, if you're the manager of a department, you are the coach, and the team has got an owner who expects results to be provided by the coach. But let me take you a little bit back about Pep Guardiola. Pep started coaching when he was 37 years old at a professional level, which means when he started coaching the A team. I'm not going to talk about when he started coaching the B team. So he started coaching the A team for Barcelona in 2007. And those who still remember, in 2007, early 2007, when the season started, there was chaos in Barcelona, and the team was being coached by a guy called Frank Rijkaard. That is the time when Ronaldinho was at his peak. If you still remember, the team of Ronaldinho, Eto'o, Deco, and quite a number of stars who were in Barcelona, and they were beating Real Madrid with their big team. So in 2007, Barcelona started encountering problems, and the management wasn't happy, and they removed Frank Rijkaard. But people expected that they were going to get a coach from somewhere, but instead they promoted a coach from the B team. And who was the coach who was promoted from the B team? That's Pep Guardiola at 37 years old. And newspapers started screaming, he's young, he's experienced, he can never coach a team like Barcelona. But he came in, Pep, young. And Pep is also a legend of the club because he once played for Barcelona itself. So when he came in, he immediately fired Ronaldinho. So who does that? Imagine you get a new company and immediately you fire the star player, Ronaldinho. Boom, gone. And remember, that's when Ronaldinho was now clubbing. Boom, he fired the current sports director of Barcelona, Deco, fired. And he wanted also to fire Eto'o, but Eto'o decided to stay with Barcelona. But guess what this guy did? He promoted young players from La Masia. Some people, they call it La Masia, but La Masia, it's the B team where the young people are groomed in Barcelona. And who did he promote? He promoted Sergio Busquets. He promoted Jordi Alba. I think these are now the legends. They've retired. They've since retired. I think they've retired last week. And he promoted Lionel Messi. George Alba was not part of the La Masia, but he promoted Sergio Busquets. He promoted Lionel Messi, Xavi Hernandez, and Iniesta. And he also promoted some of the young people. And that was the team with the likes of Carlos Puyol, Gerard Piqué, etc. So it was now a young coach and young, inexperienced players. So everyone was now criticizing Barcelona is dead. There's no way they're going to compete at a high level. Although Messi was already playing for the team, but not having a significant role in the team when Ronaldinho was dominating. Yes, he was having a role. He was playing in the first team, but he wasn't even having a dominant role. He started having a dominant role when Pep came. So 2007, first game, boom, Pep was beaten. The second game, draw, 1-1. And people said, we told you. Laporta, we told you. Joan Laporta was the current president. He's also the current president of Barcelona. He was also the president then because he was once out of the presidency, and he came back, was voted in as well to manage Barcelona. People said, Joan, we told you, this will never work. But boom, 2007, Barcelona started playing, and when the team was now on hit, he started beating teams 4-1, 6-1, 6-0, 5-0. And when the season ended, they won La Liga. They also beat Manchester United in the final. They won Champions League. They won Copa del Rey. Boom. The young man from Spain, Pep Guardiola, was dominating at 37 years old. He went on to win quite a number of trophies with Barcelona. He coached Bayern Munich, and he is still coaching Manchester City. So what are the lessons from the story which I'm telling you? The chartered vendor. Chartered, it simply means the experience which I got from the workplace and through formal education. Vendor, it simply means that I was once a vendor selling sweets, selling bananas on the streets. Combined, it makes the chartered vendor. Many people complain. They think that you need monetary capital to start a business. Contrary to that, I only started my business with only a laptop. If you want to know more about my story, grab your copy today. The other thing which I liked about Pep was the issue of the Tiki-Taka style. He introduced what was called Tiki-Taka. And Tiki-Taka was, they were supposed to make short passes, and they were supposed to move in triangular form, and they were supposed to move fast, and they were supposed to attack fast, and also to recover the ball in 6 seconds. That was the philosophy. And when Pep introduced that, even the German national team adopted that style. Everyone in the world was singing Tiki-Taka, and even our own Winky D has got a song which is called Tiki-Taka like Baka. Tiki-Taka se Baka. I don't know the name of the song, but I remember when he was saying, he even started calling himself Messi Reggae. Because why? That's the inspiration which Pep Guardiola brought into Barcelona. But let us now take it home into business. You see, the first thing which Pep did, which most of the entrepreneurs or most of the CEOs can't do, they can't fire someone who is bringing results but is not following the philosophy of the team. You have that player in your team. This guy probably has served for 15 years. He has once brought glory to your company, but now he is misfiring. He's doing things which are prohibited according to the company policy. He's not a team player. He's destroying the culture. He's destroying every rule which is in your company's book. But guess what? You don't have guts to fire him. But look at Pep, what he did. He fired the mighty Ronaldinho when he was still at his peak. That's a lesson number one. And lesson number two, you look at Joan Laporta. He trusted a young guy who was 37 years old to coach Barcelona. But if you notice, most of the companies, we cannot trust young people to lead. We can't trust 23 years old to lead. We can't trust 25-year-olds guys to lead. We can't trust, we were saying we want people with 20 years experience, 10 years experience. But boom, a guy who is just experiencing the B team is the one who sent Barcelona into glory. I think that was and his influence even also made Spain won 2010. I think that was their last World Cup which they won. So you see how a young man managed to transform a team. So why can't you also start to trust young people in our companies? The 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, those people can lead. Leadership is no age. And sometimes what you call experience in teams, these are people who have got wrong experience. So experience is usually questionable. When someone is coming to you and they are saying they've got 10, 15 years experience. Experience doing what? So that was another lesson. Joan Laporta trusted the young coach. A young coach trusted the young players. And boom, he brought in a team. And if you notice, why did he went on to fire Eto'o the next season? It was because Eto'o was no longer a team player. He felt like he was dominating because he was coming from the old regime whereby Ronaldinho was dominating, Eto'o was dominating, but there was no team. So a team which can play together, a team which can play in unison, can beat a team with individual stars. Because they were beating the Galacticos. They saw the Beckhams, the Ronaldos, the Ronaldo, the R9, the Ruud van Nistelrooy, the Gutis of this world, the Raúls. They were being beaten by a team of young, united players. So in your company, what you need is unity of purpose. You're supposed to be united. And when you are united on a vision. But if you've got star players who are feeling that they are now bigger than the team, those people are going to give you problems. Guaranteed. It's guaranteed you're going to get problems. So you will learn a lot from Barcelona. And what did they introduce? Tiki-Taka style, where everyone, starting from the front, was supposed to defend. When they were attacking, the ball was supposed to start from the goalkeeper. I think Pep is the one who introduced, but I think that time even in Premier League, it was balls would be just beaten from the other gate to other gate. But it's the guy who introduced that, no, a goalkeeper is to be a ball player. Even if you notice right now, Pep's goalkeepers are all ball players. They're supposed to know how to pass. They're supposed to know how to dribble. So he introduced the style, which he said 11 players are supposed to know how to play the ball. 11 players are supposed to know how to defend. So imagine a company which can say 11 players can do offense and 11 players can also defend. What will happen? What will happen to your team? If everyone is in attack and everyone is defending, boom, you are going to conquer in your business. Philosophy. Do you have your tik-taka in your company? What differentiates you from your competitors? Guts, philosophy, teamwork is what is going to win you the 2026 strategy. So even at our company, we've now adopted a tiki-taka style, where when we're now on offense, we are pushing, everyone is pushing, but when we're now on defense, everyone is defending. So this is what I have for you. We need to learn from the legends. We learn from the people. We learn from every lesson. Watch a movie, learn. Watch soccer, learn. Learn from every story. I usually inspired with any story which I see on social media. Thank you so much. And if you've got any comment, please destroy the comment section. Thank you guys. You're subscribing. Thank you so much. And I appreciate. May God bless you. Thank you so much. And continue commenting. Share this video. Let us continue talking about business. I know that business is not for the faint-hearted, and business is for the few. Business is for the 1%. And I'm looking for you. You are in the 1%. Thank you. Until it's next time, it's More Nyazungu out.